Shalom, shalom. First off, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name of Heavenly Father, Yahushai being named for his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, that taught us the truth and will well, and salutations to you, hopefully like pushing this truth and all sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh. Continue to listen to the spirit power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And lessons through the Spirit, giving you update end times and events. This is local news here in Kansas City, Missouri. Hey, they about to make their move on this place, man. It says man arrested, charged after explosives placed in bag near Liberty Memorial, Kansas City, Missouri. A man has been charged after being accused of placing explosive devices in a trash can near the Liberty Memorial in late February. So this is just about a week ago, and they didn't even really speak on this on the news at all. Okay, because they're trying to keep people hush hush in the state of not wanting to panic that America is gonna get hit on U.S. soil. We've been telling y'all this shit, man. It says Owen Canizales Arteaga is Arteaga, I don't know how to pronounce that. It says is charged with 20 counts of possession of an illegal explosive. Court documents state that police were dispatched on February 24th to the Liberty Memorial after custodial staff discovered a bag that they believed had explosives inside. After investigating, it turned out that there were 20 homemade explosive devices. Damn, man. Surveillance video shows a vehicle entering the driveway near the Liberty Memorial a day before, and a man placed a red bag in the trash can. Hey, this is nuts, man. At that Liberty Memorial, they built after World War II. It was supposed to represent World War II, man. You know, I've been there as a kid to see the memorial here in Kansas City. You know, it's a location that basically it's a memorial. You know, one of those. I'll show you a picture of it. Okay, so here it is right here. All right, this is what it looks like. All right, and it's one of the landmarks or one of the token city things that you can see, tourists can see why it's construction that's in KC. And this is, by the way, the city in this region is on, you know, some of the top 10. If I had to put a ranking of top 10 hit lists for these other nations to include Iran, it's on there. And the reason why is because what they advertise, what they've done. You know, they don't keep their mouths shut, man. Esau always expose themselves. Says what aircraft did the U.S. deploy in the first 72 hours of attack on Iran? Like, these dummies put this publicly. This should be private. This should be confidential information. Why are you making this public? You know, because they want to brag, but you don't understand that you're revealing the targets for Iran, man. All right, you see B-1 bombers, and then B-2 stealth bombers, B-52 bombers. Okay, Lucas drones, F-15 fighter jets, F-16 fighter jets, F-18, F-22s, F-35, A-10s. Okay, and two on this list, or actually more, they're kept at Whiteman Air Force Base, and that's public info. Everybody knows that because they do flyovers of the different sports events like Chiefs games and stuff. That's all known to be like a Kansas City thing. You know, that's basically, and that's only about 45 to 50 minutes away from Kansas City is this Air Force base. So this is definitely on target for them to hit, you know, because different military members and stuff, they live outside of base, around the area. Some of them make that drive to work every day. You know, and they got all these World War II landmarks. You got to keep in mind that the president that ordered the strike, the atomic bomb strike during World War II, is from Kansas City. This is his headquarters is Kansas City. His house is here. He has multiple homes. Hell, like a couple minutes away from me. Okay, I could damn near fucking walk to one of his farm homes. You know? So he's definitely a heavy target. And all his memorials and stuff they got World War II memorials and stuff here. These different landmarks, and you got many of America's financial businesses, like restaurant businesses and big time businesses. They started right here in the city too. So it's definitely heavily on the hit list. They for sure got B2s there. They got F-15s. They keep there, and they keep the A-10 Warhogs. So, hey, for that to happen, I don't know if the guy was affiliated with anyone in Iran or anybody in the Middle East. His that name sounds Hispanic, so it could be just a ploy to justify targeting Hispanics even further, quote unquote illegals, what they've been doing. But this goes to show we in these times, man, and Elder my lawyer just mentioned in the group chat, stay locked in and continue to push out shows because we almost here and we can all feel it, man. Like this is it. Like we can all feel it. This is definitely the war to start to bring in the downfall of America. So you're going to see war on U.S. soil very soon. Very soon, you're going to hear of more attacks. They're already labeling what happened in Texas at that mass shooting that had like 15 people got shot, 2 got killed, and there was another mass shooting. I forget the name of the place that recently took place as well. And those are just little people that are doing. Those are not even the fully activated sleeper cells. Like they're claiming that some of the people are affiliated with them, but no. When Iran gives the order for those sleeper cells to actually do something for real, you're gonna hear you're gonna have a mass. I'm talking like hundreds of people unalived. I'm talking about buildings being toppled. Okay, they don't have the missile ballistic range yet, to the best of my knowledge, to come over here, but they did show evidence that they've been using hypersonic missiles to hit Israel. I just don't know if those ranges of those missiles can actually hypersonic come all the way over here and without being detected and being hit. I don't think they can touch the United States via missile, but they can certainly deploy warships. If they make it within range over here towards the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific, then they definitely can strike some of these places, which they probably will. And they may probably will, especially when these other countries get involved more, like Russia and China, and they start escorting each other. It's going to happen, man, because you got to keep in mind that Russia is basically right at the edge of Alaska's ass. So if Russia wants to allow Iranian missiles or vehicles to deploy themselves to that part of Russia, okay, the United States is 100% striking distance in those hypersonic missiles. This is the reality, and they don't even need Iran to come over there. Like if the United States continues to piss off Russia enough, Russia will fucking do it from right where it's at. So this is it, man. This is the beginning. This is the official spark, the first little explosion of World War III. All right, and so that means that mark of the beast, that chip, is about to be made mandatory, like really soon. Keep watching what's going on with that. Watch these celebrities. They're going to start advertising it, promoting it. It's going to be advertised heavily, very soon. And then you quickly, it's going to start kind of like, it might feel a little bit lagged when they bring that out and they start advertising it. That stage of it. But it's going to go from advertising to health purposes and straight up mandatory, man. And that's going to usher in when they collapse the system financially. So keep watch, man. This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Right? So the reason why it's taking a while is because there's a specific time that the Lord appointed certain things to happen. So it's like the last time United States hit Iran, everybody thought that it would lead up to where it's at right now, but it didn't. It like died back down. They backed off, negotiated, whatever, and they claimed they hit their nuclear resources, and then they regrouped. But that was just basically the test run to see what they wanted to do. We told y'all people that they was gonna redo it again, and everybody started getting calm, going back to their wickedness. Because when that first happened, everybody was nervous. You know, real quiet then. They didn't come against the prophets as much, and they chilled the fuck out. But hey, look, look what happened, man. Bam. A couple months later, we told y'all they went right back at it and full fledged, man. They about to be boots on the ground over there. You know, and Iran just hit one of the NATO countries, so that's it. We in that time, man. We in that appointed time. So now it's beginning to speak and not lie. So though it tarried, you know, wait for it. And we waited for it, and now it's coming. It's coming, man. World War III is at hand, man. This is Jeremiah 50 and 22. It says, a sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. Right, man. And that sound of battle is that war of Armageddon that's about to pop off. So you're going to hear of more instances of this. Like this, I'm pretty mind blown that they didn't even really speak on this. That's a big deal to discover 20 fucking bombs, man. 20 homemade bombs right here in Kansas City at one of the memorials. And that's definitely a landmark that they would hit. That, you know, other nations would target to punish Babylon for what they're doing in those countries. It's to set the tone and send a message. You know, so I imagine, you know, I haven't been in the military for some years, but when I used to be in the Air Force, man. And I imagine now that the security's got to be heightened heavily around these bases. I can only imagine. Like, I haven't driven by there, Whiteman, in a while, but hey, the shit's probably heavily getting fortified, and they're probably on high edge, man. I hate to be those people on that base, man. You know, I can only imagine what's going through their mind. Because I remember when I used to be in, man, that shit used to be kind of paranoid. Because I'm like, damn, man, I'm at this one base that's one of Russia's number one targets. Like it used to be, they had different treaties and agreements that Russia would be allowed to come to the United States and come see America's stuff, and then America was supposed to be allowed to do the same thing with theirs, basically to make sure that this place doesn't go back into a Cold War. So that treaty was established. I bet you that shit burned to the ground now. So, hey, we in these times, man. Verse 23 says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Right, that's the future. Babylon, it represents America. It's going to become a desolation among the whole nations. They should be broken down. Okay? It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found, and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh. Yahweh hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Right, so those weapons, those nukes, that's going to be the end-all, be-all. You're just seeing the build up to that point. Okay. Like, look at this, man. It says, U.S. troops being told Iran war intended to bring about Armageddon. Watchdog says. He urged to tell our troops that this was all part of God's divine plan. Right, Khan. It is. This is all part of the Lord's plan. This is lead up to the war, the ultimate war in Israel and the Middle East. All nations are going to come to fight. And you're seeing them all gathered now. It says, U.S. troops being told Iran war intended to bring about Armageddon, Watchdog says. He urged to tell our troops that this was all a part of God's divine plan. And he specifically referenced numerous citations out of the book of Revelation. Anonymous officer says in complaint to Watchdog, right, man? It's straight up, it is. And this is what the prophet's been warning y'all about, man. Okay? This is Revelation 16 and 12. It says, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And here is footages currently of the Euphrates. Look at this, man. Dried up. Okay? Euphrates River is done. So that prophecy, we're in it. It says, and I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirit of devils, working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of Yahweh Almighty. Right, man. So these world leaders are going to continue to bring forth all these different wars, and they're also be coming out with that RFID microchip implant, man. And they're going to be performing miracles with that. And this can deceive a lot of people to go take it. So it's verse 15. It says, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keep his garments, lest he walk naked, and they shall see his shame. Right? So when a thief comes to catch you off guard, you don't know when he's going to strike. You just get robbed. And they plan it out meticulously. They watch you for months, sometimes weeks. Even extreme cases, a couple years to get your routine and your habits down, to know exactly when to catch you off guard. So this is how the judgment day is coming. It's going to catch a lot of people off guard. They worried about getting married and kicking it, birthdays, New Year's, all this other celebrations that they be doing, man. They got Easter coming up. Distracted. Super Bowl, World Cup, World Series, NBA Finals, bread and circuses. It says, and he gathered them together in a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, which is over there in the Middle East in that region. So hey, we in these times, man. It's a place of catastrophic conflict, the ultimate World War III location. Over there in that region, in the Middle East, man. They call it the Fertile Crescent. This is Ezekiel 38 and 1. It says, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, the chief piece of Meshech, Tubal, and prophesy against them. That's talking about Russia. And say, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief piece of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put thy hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords. I mean, you're going to pull Russia into a war to fight. That's why you see what's going on in Ukraine. And now that the United States have hit their oil supply, part of Russia's oil supply mainly came from Iran. China was getting it too, Korea, all those nations that were their allies, they were depending on that. So now they're being pulled into this, and they're already supplying Iran with military weaponry to fight. It says, verse 5, Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. Saudi Arabia has now declared war. Was they one of the world's most richest nations? And yes, they do have nuclear capability. They've declared war. So they in it. This is prophecy being fulfilled. It says, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. So there you go, man. So the point is, all these different nations are going to be brought into this third world war. The hooks have been set into the jaws, so people the Lord's making moves, man. This is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, man? So you're hearing of actual wars going on and rumors of them. All right? To see that be troubled, that all these things must come to pass. I mean, they have to happen. Okay? They have to happen, but it doesn't mean that this is the end yet. The end is when Yahweh Shai returns. You see that great fathership crack that sky. All right? And you see the missiles flying, the nukes going off. Then you're going to see brothers being beamed up into them quote-unquote UFOs. Those are the chariots of the Heavenly Father, the angels, that have been in place, watching, observing, taking notes, sending reports up to Yahweh or Yahweh Shai of what's going on in the earth. That's how his eyes have been upon the sinful kingdom, as he has angels watching this place. And everything that these people are doing, the minds of the people, he's got angels, actually making moves and controlling things to make sure prophecy falls in place and lines up. This is the Lord's program, the Lord's movie, man. Nothing's happening by accident or coincidence. It's all by design. That's why it says all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. So just keep watch, man. We're almost at the end. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shem Shai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders, great millstone, Tasha, truth and will well. And salutations to Philippians, just truth and all sincerity. Shalom.